The following video is about my first screenplay. I shot almost 10 years ago because 10 years ago I finished my first screenplay and sent it to competition and got rejected. So the video will cover my experience and the reason behind the rejection. And also, I was young, so there are certain languages I might bleep because I don't think it's appropriate. However, in the video, I mentioned that you could read the screenplay, but I don't think the link is still available. I will find out if I can solve it. Apart from it, enjoy.
BLAH Welcome.
Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm another guy on YouTube making another video. Okay, look, based on the title, you know what I'm going to talk about. Yes, I started writing 4 years back. I never finished it because I'm stupid. I jump back and forth from another story to another story. I finished 2 drafts and there's like, I don't know what to do with that because I was so amateur. I just like getting distracted, like just thinking about the story in the head but never put it in the paper. Then I finally decided to write the rock bottom, start with something short, and I fully committed to finish that. But I didn't create an outline, I didn't plan the characters, I just straight away wrote it, which is very, very bad attitude as a beginning writer. Anyway, I committed and I choose the genre which I like, action and thriller. So I started writing. The first version I still remember was completely different from the final outcome. At some point, I have to complete the script because I planned to send this to Blue Cat's screenwriting contest, which I did, but I didn't win anything because they obviously give me good analyze. I'm going to read it afterwards. And also the period of time I was writing this, 7 months I didn't have a job. I was getting rejected so many times. I was like very frustrated, and that one of the reason it was I wanted to write it so violently because stupid. Anyway, I would like to read it back and see what are the mistakes I did. I'm not going to probably read everything. I remember a few hits. The cheapest trick I did, at some point I didn't, like I had only 2 weeks to complete the story, 2 weeks to complete the screenplay. So what I did, I took the main character, Michael, he's the central character of the story, and I made him do the voiceover, which is very bad. But it worked. Halfway of the film it worked, and after that even my friends gave me the feedback. It sounded like that, and the feeling started changing, but I was stupid. This is the first dialogue. The scene starts in a nightclub night. I'm reading the first line of dialogue. In 10 minutes, this man going to me. Yes, he's going to take his shove in my and me like an object. Yeah, but if I'm writing right now, I won't say like an object because it's not, you don't talk in that way in this kind of situation. So I would say he's like a bitch. That will be more appropriate. I will tell the story simply. The entire story of this short screenplay, it's Michael is a undercover cop who is in Lee's gang as one of the gangsters. Lee finds out that Michael is a cop. So Lee beats the out of Michael and hand it over to Sugar. The Sugar is an insane guy. Sugar gonna Michael. Yes. The entire story about that. Sugar gonna Michael. How Michael gonna escape from it and get out of the nightclub. That's what the setup I wanted to create. How he escapes, it's the climax. I don't know whether I can say it's on YouTube or not. When I sent it to Blue Cat, they gave me 2 round of analyze of my script. I'm gonna read it. Not fully, I'm gonna read it partially. One of the greatest strengths of Rock Bottom is that the writer has created characters who interact with one another in a way that feels truly authentic. The dialogue they share back and forth, crude at times, which adds to the overall tone of the script. The writer is wise to have inject all of the scenes with the great. Okay, probably they are starting all the positive things. I'm going to look down and what are the negative things they say. What do you think needs to work? Alright. Though Michael, Lee and Sugar are interesting characters, their dialogue does not feel particularly unique to either one of them. Each character's dialogue should contain speech patterns that differ from one another. I agree. Yeah, I still remember that I made that mistake. And it should be difficult to reassign one's character dialogue to another, I would suggest going through entire script to ensure that each character has his own or her distinct voice. Also, I think that script is currently too short in order to reader to have a better opportunity to get the characters. Yes, I agree. I made that mistake too. Another analyze they sent me. Okay, I will read the first positive little bit. The script's setting is surely an environment that welcomes strong visualization. There seemed to be a lot of opportunity to make truly cinematic journey with tonally as well. The script nails the brooding neo-noir that reminds me film like Mean Streets. What could use work? I'm really not sure what script is trying to say. I agree. It seems a bit all over the place. At the first, it seems there is a good opportunity to make a statement about rape, but the delivery doesn't quite follow through in a coherent enough way to extract much meaning out of the story. By the end of the story, I won't feel something for the characters given what they have been through and the violence that has culminated from Michael's journey, but it seems off feeling a bit hollow since the emotional stake of the story is on. That is a honest feedback from them, and I consciously know about it, but my intention fully was like I have to finish and send it over. Also, this is the I was even like registered this from Writer's Guide of America West. Certificate to Rajaneeshwar for the material entitled Rock Bottom. The title of Rock Bottom because the story becomes violent and violent and violent and violent from the first act to the final act. That's the idea I wanted to give a rock bottom. You hit the lowest hit as possible. I'm going to attach this screenplay in the description below. So it's just 10 pages. If you have time, if you're interested, just have a read and comment your feedback below. I really appreciate it. Writing this really helped me to move from one step to another step. So somehow it helped me to improve as a writer. One important thing I realized after reading this, I was sick.
That was rough, even for me. I don't know what to say. I was eating meat, but I don't know where all the meat went. I look very skin and bones. I hope I have improved as a writer, and that's pretty much it. I don't know. I'm shocked.
BLAH 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 グッドバイ